Hello everyone, it's me, Chess Playground. I'm back. It's been a while, I've been kind of busy doing other things, but I'm back. Back to making my regular chess content. As you've probably come here by the title, I'm gonna be talking about the London system today. Basically, the London system has become quite popular recently, with many grandmasters using it. So many people want to learn, they don't know how to learn, so this video is kind of directed to those people who don't know how to learn and just want a simple tutorial. So basically, in my opinion, I think 7 move should sum it up. It should basically, that should be enough to, well, just give the viewers a good concept and a good understanding of what's happening around the chessboard. Basically, let's start. D4. Pretty normal, nothing out of the ordinary. But here's where it starts to get a little bit London system-y. E6. Basically, there's two ways black can approach after d4. Two ways in the London system. If you think about it in general, there's so many ways that black can respond. But in the London system, there's two main general ways that many people respond to d4 if they're wanting to play the London system. Either e6 which is the line where I am showing right now, or I don't really see too many people using this, but people have also played g6. Sorry, not f6, g6. We're not gonna play this right now. Which is a little sneak peek. We're gonna be playing that after, not right now, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so back to regular old e6. So we have e6, and after e6, knight f3. I've also seen some people, sometimes black plays d5, which is a kind of rare thing. And then you can just play bishop f4. Sometimes I used to do that. And then you would play knight f3. So it's kind of like doing this whole thing in reverse. Anyway, so after knight f3, then black just does knight f6, both developing bishop f4. See, like what I said. You can do d5 and then bishop f4, and then next move you can develop the knight, basically just doing everything in reverse. At the end, you'll get the same result. It's just a different way to do it, and you can do either way. Bishop f4, and then you have d5 for black, kind of like stopping this pawn from pushing forward. And next move we do e3, because this bishop right here doesn't really need any more work to go because it's in a pretty good area, attacking a lot of squares and controlling a lot of squares. So you might as well get to the other pieces and start developing the other pieces, which is why white played e3. Next move, you have bishop d6. Uh, Bishop d6 is kind of like blocking this bishop because this bishop is really good, and obviously black doesn't like that. Bishop g3, moving back, and castles. Bishop d3, kind of attacking the square over here. Knight e4, blocking it. Bishop takes, and d takes. Basically, white did only took because now it would give black a very bad disadvantage because now black has doubled pawns, and double pawns are pretty bad because they can sometimes just block each other and have devastating effects. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Remember back here when I said there was a g6 line? Well, time to head over to that g6 line. Here we go. So you might notice a little bit different. You don't start off with the g6. You actually start off with knight f6. But there are two ways to play that pawn section. After knight f3, it's basically the same as the e6 line, except now, actually, you have knights coming out first. Next move, like I said, black plays g6. This is the start of where the pawn kind of variation comes on. Like I said, g6. This is the g6 version, and the other one was the e6 version. Anyway, next move we have bishop f4. Then we have bishop g7, both like developing the bishop, nothing out of the ordinary. Then we have knight bd2. Knight is playing this to protect that other knight because usually there's a lot of attack on the king side while playing one system. Next move we have d5, just same thing, just pushing pawns. E3, like I said in the last one as well, pushing the pawn to open up the bishop because that dark squared bishop is already in a pretty good spot. Knight BD7, same thing like white did, just protecting that knight, because there's usually a lot of commotion on the king sides. Bishop D3, this one, it's kind of exactly like the other one. Even though there's not much to attack here, it's still a pretty good move because it's still taking up squares. Castles, and then H3. This kind of rounds it all off because it kind of stops black from coming anywhere into white's territory because it stops any piece from black coming into G4 or anywhere inside white's area. So this is kind of like a defense measure. So in total, what did we learn? How to play the London system, but what else did we learn? We learned a lot of, smaller like defense tactics, which are really useful in the long run when you want to defend in other openings. But that would be about it for this London system video. It was a really fun one to make because I got to talk a lot, I guess. I suppose. I don't really know. I don't know, whatever. It was a fun one to make. See you in the next one. Bye.